Morning, glory, and evening grace, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt in the Salem News Channel West Coast studio. Joined at the top of the show today by Senator John Husted of the great state of Ohio, my home state. He joins us from his, I think you're in your office. You might be in the cloakroom. I have no idea where you are, Senator, but welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm in the cloakroom right now, getting ready to vote.
Oh, it's good. Senator, what I wanted to get from you, I'm going to talk to Senator Collins later. I talked to Senators Blackburn and Cotton yesterday. The reaction in Ohio to the tariff announcement on Liberation Day. What are you hearing from people? Because Ohio's sort of bifurcated between parts that haven't boomed and parts that are booming right now. What are you hearing?
Well, I hear a lot of things. I've been talking to businesses who tell me that they're getting more orders, that they're doing well. And then you also have businesses who import a lot of things from China who are very concerned about how that will affect the cost, their ability to put their products together in the supply chain. But overall, I think people are giving the president the benefit of the doubt. I think they recognize that this is a reckoning that's long overdue, and that they're going to give him a little latitude in trying to cut a fair deal for American workers and American trade.
Senator, you may not remember, I'm from Warren. Warren got hit pretty hard by the last 50 years. It was 60,000 people when I was born. It's 40,000 people today. The car companies have left. The steel mills have all but closed. There's a lot that could happen there. Youngstown's the same way. I'm sort of open to reshoring a bunch of stuff. So does it depend on where you live? Yeah, the old saying, where you sit decides what you see.
I think that's true. But I want to take a little bit of a look back, because this is a reckoning that needs to come. It all started to happen, Hugh, if you think about it, really hit hard in 2001 when China entered the World Trade Organization. And then it kind of got lost because we had a terrorist attack, we had wars, we had some weak presidencies like under Obama for 8 years and Biden for 4, where Biden was basically apologizing to the world for America's strength. Biden was asleep at the wheel. And there was only that 4-year period when President Trump was first elected that he sort of said, hey, we're going to fight back with some tariffs and begin to look at these issues. And it's a reckoning that we've delayed. The president passionately believes that he has the responsibility to fight this fight now and get a good deal for America on trade. And I think that most people are giving him some latitude. I think to hear that 70 companies, as we've been hearing, or 70 countries have said, hey, we want to come to the table and cut some deals with you. I think that's good news, because it doesn't mean it will work out this way, but I think that there's a possibility that for consumers and for global trade, particularly with our friends and allies, that this could be a new day and a better day for us. And the other point that he continues to make is that China's trade surplus, not only with us, but with the rest of the world, is allowing them to fund their military and become a threat to all of us in the world. And a reset is necessary. And the president knows that there's going to be a little pain with this. People are giving him latitude, but I think that this has to happen quickly. We don't want this to linger on.
I agree with that, and I keep reminding the audience, I really don't know if this is going to work. I'm not an economist, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn last night. I'm a lawyer. But I'm going to give it 6 months to see what the markets think. I do not react to short-term market up and down. But a lot of people get upset, and 401k drops are a real thing, and you probably hear it. I mean, you're up for re-election this time.
Yeah.
You probably hear it.
And let's address that, because it's not just wealthy people who have money on Wall Street. It's pension funds that teachers and firefighters and police officers have. It's union pension funds like construction workers I talked to today that are also see this hit. So let's not be frivolous about it. It takes your breath away for a lot of people who've seen what's happened in the markets the last few days. But I do believe we've seen some recovery, at least as I'm with you right now. And I do think, though, that if we can show progress, if the president says, hey, Japan's coming to the table, some of these other countries are coming to the table, we begin to show that we can sign some of these deals, set fair trade practices. It can be good for agriculture, good for manufacturing, and then we can see a recovery in a very short period of time. But none of us know. People are giving the president some trust on this, but I do think that there's going to have to be a show of progress with some sense of urgency, or people will start to get nervous.
Which brings me to the biggest question. The Senate passed a budget over the weekend. It's probably your first vote-a-rama or maybe your second vote-a-rama, and they sent it over to the House. I want the House to sign it. I don't want to see anyone hold out. It would mean a signal to everyone in America that their taxes aren't going to skyrocket in 2026, which they're scheduled to do unless this tax bill happens. How do you feel about your colleagues in the House and the Senate budget, which revised their first budget?
Look, Republicans are in majority. We control the White House, the House, and the Senate. We have to show we can govern, and that means that every one of us, we're not going to get all that we want to get out of this. But it's a good framework that secures the taxes that we had locked in during President Trump's first presidency, hopefully making them permanent, which is good for small business. It's good for working families. It's good for American business. It's good for hiring. That stability that you get by locking this in is super important. I think a failure to do that is going to send a bad message about our ability to lead. I hope that the House will pass this, and then we'll get to the real work. This is just the budget framework. The real work begins when we get to the details about what you have to cut, what taxes we're going to put in place, what's the deficit look like. All of those things come later. This is just the blueprint. We got to get it done.
Are you an I mean, you talked to Jim Jordan, a friend of yours, another Buckeye.
Talked to him last night.
Yeah. What's he think? What's the buzz? Are we going to get it or not?
I think we will. I'm not a House member, and I don't want to predict, but I think that the mood is that we need to stick together, that this is the president's budget. It's got his priorities in it, including $150 billion to help secure the borders and deport criminal illegals out of this country. I mean, the money is in that resolution to get that done. And those are the kinds of things that we need to accomplish, and I think after the House goes through its process, that they will stick together, support the president's budget, and we can move on to the next phase of this policy making process.
I hope you are right. Senator John Husted, I know I'm keeping you from votes. Thank you for joining me to open the show today. I very much appreciate it.
Thanks, Hugh.